Don't involve me in your holiness. Because mine is painful. Yours is normal. Mine is painful. It's normal.
Then she changed after that. She didn't want me to touch it. With the way Terry's mouth is open, like you know that this gossip is a hot one. The question is, who were they all talking about? Hey, Big Brother Mpho housemates, you guys will not kill me. You will not kill me content. Hey, so guys, guess who this housemates were talking about? I mean, imagine this set of people having a conversation about just one person. I mean, with the way Terry was looking at Mpho when she was giving her gist and everything, you think like, this person must have committed murder or something. So guys, look at this conversation happened. In fact, this was not men's conference and women's conference. This was a general conference that comprised of Terry, Sister Mara, Tools, Venice, Libo, and Mpho. And guys, guess who they were all talking about? Beautiful Yoli. Seriously, guys, Gashwan being the head of house, this matter is a very long thing. If you want to know what's up, if you want to know the latest conversation, the latest late night conversation that happened in the house last night, guys, I'm spilling it as usual. If you're coming into the channel for the first time, thank you for stopping by. My name is Yoli and this is Personality Highlights. In this channel, I talk about reality shows like the Big Brother show. I do my constructive analysis about the show and I give you a hint, give you regular updates on what's happening in the show. If these are the kind of things that you like, consider subscribing right now. Like, by subscribing, I mean click on the red subscribe button right now to be a part of this community and of course join the conversation on what's happening in the show. Don't forget to turn on the post notifications so that you always get alerts on my video every time I share new content. Guys, if you're ready for the latest gossip in the house, I'm ready to spill as usual. So guys, you all know by now that Gashwan is the new head of house, followed by Tabio. Now guys, before now I've talked multiple times about Gashwan, I've talked about Yoli, I've talked about Mpho, and I've talked about Libo. Now, these four people, there is going to be a very serious Cold World War, I don't know if you call it 3, that's going to happen in that house very soon. With the way the things that are unfolding, I am looking forward to a super loud confrontation very, very soon over just a very tiny piece of thing. So if you don't know what's happening, let me just tell you what happened last night. So the conversation was actually about Yoli. So guys, guess what they were actually talking about? Mpho was actually telling the housemates that she feels that Yoli has a problem with her spirituality and that Yoli 3-4 days when they got into the house, that she noticed that her, Yoli Mpho was actually talking about moving out of her room, to another room, and she said one of the reasons why she moved, why this thought and all that is happening, is because of she's very uncomfortable with how Yoli has been reacting towards her. She said Yoli that she keeps her things, her suitcases and everything, and then whenever she goes to the closet, she finds out that her stuffs have been moved from where they are to just by the door. And then she was like that she noticed that Yoli changed towards her moments after she and BU were having a conversation, maybe about spiritual things, that Yoli actually eavesdropped, and since then she kind of changed. That was just the conversation they were having. And guys, with the way this conversation was going, I had a lot of thoughts in my head, I'm not going to lie. One of those thoughts were, Yoli has just been purposely placed on the chopping board. And guys, I'm just wondering why Mpho is suddenly bringing up this conversation, because guys, this is already the 4th week into the show. That's a month already. That's about 30 days or so. And this lady is talking about something that happened 3 days, 4 days when they came into the house. I'm like, why did you wait so long to have this conversation? I don't have a problem with gossips, because literally, guys, the gossip hour is when we get to know who this housemates are. But my problem is, why did she have to wait so long before she has this conversation? That's what I'm going to be telling you right now. So guys, I don't know if anybody has noticed this about Libo and Mpho, but I've actually shared about this in my previous video. Now, there's something really cocky about these two people, about this couple, and that is the fact that Mpho, I don't know why she feels, I'm not going to say she's insecure, but she kind of finds it very difficult to deal with female housemates who actually get close to Libo. Guys, I'm going to be talking about that in the limelight of the things that have happened in the house before now. Now, you guys remember that before now, Mpho and Tato has been on like different, like they've been having this cold war between them. And basically, one of the reasons why this happened was when Mpho actually spilled to Libo that one of the reasons why she wants to give him some space is because that she has noticed that he has a crush on Tato. And guys, that was literally very funny, because now that was when I understood that she was actually having a cold war with Tato. I mean, look at the eviction on Sunday when Mpho was actually like safe. You guys, she was the first person that was safe on Sunday. Tato wanted to give her a hug, but she just blanked her like she didn't even see her. Gave the other person's hugs in the house, and Tato has always been the person who always walks up to her and says, "What's wrong with us? Are we cool?" Like, this is not the first time it's happening. It happened on Sunday, and Tato actually walked up to her and said, "What's wrong? What's the problem?" And she's like, "You're overthinking things. You're being too observant," and kind of gave her a fake hug. And in fact, the look on people like Venice, like the look there was like, "Oh, we know what's going on." So literally, we actually saw on after Monday, Gashwan was actually nominated as head of house. Guys, their first task, I think one of their first things that they had to do in the house was this couple game or stuff. They did massaging each other. And you guys, Yoli actually massaged Libo, guys. Now, I think that is where the beef for Yoli is suddenly coming from, because I really cannot relate to why Yoli is suddenly a topic of conversation in the house. And I don't know, but right now I think this act is very intentional. I feel this conspiracy is actually very intentional, because I'm not gonna lie, if any of the housemates who have been listening to this conversation actually get to win head of house or deputy head of house, I'm very, very sure Yoli will definitely be up for eviction come the next nomination. I'm not gonna lie. Now, if we notice, Gashwan has been playing a game on both Libo and Mpho. If you don't know about that, check out my older videos. I've talked about it in numerous of my videos. I don't want to drag it so much in this video. So basically, there's just this beef. And Libo actually, during his diary session on Tuesday, confirmed that he's very disappointed with Gashwan, and that he's even ready to place him on the chopping board. Like, with the way Libo sounded, we all know that if he has the opportunity, in fact, right now it looks like Libo is running like this race of I need to be head of house so that I can place some people on the chopping board. I'm definitely, Libo has that at the back of his head, that he can't even wait to win this head of house game, not just for the immunity, but just to be able to put Gashwan on the chopping board. Guys, literally, I think I like the fact that Gashwan is opening their eyes. I think I like the fact that this thing is coming out from their men's circle and men's conference. But I don't know, one of the things I'm going to say about Mpho is I think she's really petty. I'm very sorry if you're a fan of Mpho. This is a constructive channel. I actually do constructive analysis. This is just what I think. I think it was too petty of her to just start picking on Yoli, because if she had brought up a very decent conversation, if she had told this housemates more of why they're suddenly having this beef. I mean, one of the reasons why Yoli is actually a topic of conversation again is because Yoli and Gashwan look like an item in the house, guys. Literally, I already shared about it, that they're the latest couple in the house. I mean, I would have wished that Tato and Gashwan are actually an item in the house. It would have been a hot fight. It would have been a cold World War III in Biggie's house. Because you guys, I think Tato right now is even so completely tired of Mpho and her tactics. I mean, if there is anybody that you cannot find in any of Mpho's conversation, Tato is definitely never there. So for me, I personally feel like one of the people who is trying to be very strategic in building circles, in forming alliances, is Mpho, if you ask me. For the females, I see her as that person who is the strong competitor, who's just weighing on who might be her competitor and who is just trying to, you know, cut down whoever she needs to cut down. But I think she just has this jealousy thing she has to work on. It's rather very uncool, if you ask me. I think Libo is just a bit all over the place. He really doesn't have a stand apart from what Mpho stands for. I personally think so. I mean, you're free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. This is what I do in my channel. I try to look at this show not just on the face level, but I look at the things that are happening and I put them together to come here and tell you what I think that's going on in the house. And this is what I think is actually going on in the house. I think it's very, very, like, it looks very funny that Yoli is suddenly a topic of conversation, because Yoli, I know there are so many gossips that happen in the house. I'm even surprised Venice is in that house, is in that gossip. I'm surprised Sister Mara is in that gossip. I'm like, you guys, I thought you guys were cool. Yoli, why are you not bringing up this conversation? Why don't you tell people to actually confront Yoli? Why does Mpho has a problem with confronting whoever she has a problem with? Like, every time it has to be somebody who has an issue with her that walks up to her and talks to her about it. I mean, with Tato, it was Tato who walked up to Mpho. With Nale, it was Nale who walked up to Mpho. So I'm like, why does she have to be the one who's doing the genge and then she's busy talking about all those other housemates behind them? I don't know, but hey, this is super uncool. I think it's very petty from Mpho. Whatever it is, I love the game. It's game on. These are the kind of contents that I look forward to seeing in the Big Brother show. You guys know the Big Brother show is a social experiment. These housemates are cohabiting. They're trying to display their attitudes, their reactions, how the things around them, and we're getting to understand who they are, their temperaments and their personalities from these little things that get to happen in the house. Guys, what do you have to say about this late night conversation? Of course, we saw Vino and Terry doing what they know how to do best. I mean, they did that before Terry joined this conversation. I don't know, but I think there's a lot of hate for this new head of house. I think most of them are very uncool. Like, they are not so cool with what's his name again, Gashwan. And I think one of the reasons is because Gashwan has been like an underdog right from the beginning of the show. He has just been there watching from, like, on the ground, observing them, and right now this guy is ready to dish out a different part of him that most of them don't even know about. For me, I think when it comes to the guys, I think Gashwan is the most strategic guy in that house, and when it comes to Mpho, I think she is the most strategic lady in the house, who's just trying to put one and two together, knock heads together, and I know, you know, just roll her game. Anyways, this is what I'm going to be calling it a day in this video. I'm going to be coming back here with more updates, guys. If you have not subscribed, please do so right now. I'm going to see you all in another video. For now, thank you so much for your watch time. See you very soon. Bye.